Welcome, everybody, to Tuesday Notary Titans. Today is Tuesday, January 16th. We are right smack in the middle of the first month of the year, and I hope the new year is treating you guys well. We would love to see your beautiful faces today. It helps us to get to know you better, and we love to see your reactions when we have all the amazing questions we know you guys are going to bring us today. I, of course, am joined by the GOAT herself, Ms. Laura Biewer. Hi, Laura.
Good afternoon, Jen. It's good to be here today. I'm so excited for all the people who have joined us and will continue to join us as we have an opportunity to give a little coaching today for everybody who has shown up for that.
That's right. And you guys know this works kind of like an old-fashioned call-in radio show. We wait for you to raise your hands with all of your awesome questions. And Laura and myself will answer those for you. So if you've got some questions that you brought to the table today, we would love to have you raise your virtual hand. You'll just click the three bottom buttons right above the word more at the bottom of your screen. And in that menu, you'll see the option to raise your virtual hand. So if you have any questions, now is the time to raise your virtual hand and get in line for the answers. And Laura, it looks like Anna Espinoza is our first person with a question today. Hi, Anna.
And I just want to add before Anna starts speaking, please identify your state. If it's not with your name on the screen for us to know it, please say who you are and what state you're from.
Yeah, that really does help us when it comes to answering those questions. Hey, Anna, what state are you calling from today? You are on mute. Anna, you're on mute.
Yeah, she's trying to figure it out. There we
go.
Okay, perfect. Okay, I'm new to the group. I'm from Maryland, and
Anna,
I'm getting the
Anna,
certification for the C.
Time out 1 second, time out. Are you on our call twice?
No.
Do you guys hear that echo with her?
Yes.
Laura, are you?
I hear it too.
Yeah, you are echoing. That happens sometimes when people are on the call twice, that
like
they
on
have
the phone and on the PC.
She's under Anna Espinoza and Anna Maria Espinoza.
Yes.
You're on twice.
You're on twice, Anna.
Oh, wow.
So you got to let go of something.
So should I close one window then?
I'll remove her. I'll remove the other one.
Thank you, Jen.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Okay. Let's see.
Okay. So
still there.
This is better, huh?
You're still there. No, I need you to disable.
I got it.
Did you get it, Jen?
Yeah.
Let's try it now.
Okay. So
Yay!
it's better now? Great.
Yes.
Well, sorry about that.
It's okay.
Well, I'm new into the group and I'm from the state of Maryland. I've been a notary signing agent for over 12 years, but I've been always doing things with signing companies. I mean, just keeping like that because I was working a full-time job. Just a couple of years ago, I retired and decided to take 1 year off so I can rest and travel. And then I'm picking up this year to start doing work again. And I joined your certification for the trust and estate because I work in law firms all my life. So I know about wealth and the wealth and management team and all that. And I know a lot of lawyers. So I think it was going to be easier for me to get in that field besides the loan signing, which I've been doing, like I said, for a long time. My question to you guys is right now, I was logging in a different website, Notary Stars, and join them just for the free workshop that they have. And when it came to the estate and planning, they don't have the same information as you guys with the Premier Estate Planning company. They work with a different company. And at the same time, they wanted to sell me a list of lawyers nationwide that will work with them so I can get my marketing to them. I'm just want to know from you guys, do you have that kind of list? What do you think about that? And do you think is a very good way to go about it or not?
I love this question.
Yeah.
Laura, do you want to start?
I can start. First of all, I think this is a great example how there isn't a one-stop shop There are multiple options to get training, to get contact, to uh, organize your notary business. So that's the first thing. And that's a good thing, because you want to find the community that you resonate with, one that feels comfortable to you. The second thing is some are good and some are not so good. Now, I like Notary Stars. I like Ronnie Mickle. They have excellent training over there. And there are some people on our call today that are part of Notary Stars. Beth Hathut is like fantastic. She's like the goat in training. I love her. And so they have great training. Now they do have an hour and a half, 2 hour video that I did from when I did LBP days. So they do have some information, but what's missing there is how to market to attorneys differently, how to partner with them. That's all missing because I didn't have it then. And a more in-depth training. So that's a great starting place that they have. And if you're part of Notary Stars, use that because you've already got the background anyways. But if you want to be able to market to any, not just the ones on a list, that's why the CNCDA training is so valuable, because I'm going to let Jen talk about that part of it. Regarding a list, there is a list, and actually Matt has that on the League of Notaries, California League of Independent Notaries. And it's a very good list, and it has not just attorneys, but it also has paralegals. It has multiple people who might share the same office. And if you are even just the lowest paid member of that, which of course that's advocacy, that's what his stuff is, then you get access to that list. That's how you get to it. He's not selling the list to anybody. So that's how you would gain access to that.
I see.
All right, so now let me switch it over to Jen so she can talk about what we might be able to offer you that you might not be able to get for them.
Thanks, Laura. And actually, I wanted to, if Matt is on the call, Matt, if you could unmute, because you have the number and I don't have the number of
1150.
Is it
Yeah, it's over
11?
1,150 contacts in the estate planning arena. Is available to any of our paid members, basic, pro, or advocate level. The cheapest level is $29 per year. You also get other member benefits like an SEO charge listing. And most importantly, your membership dollars or dues are used for advocacy on your behalf. So when notary policy is being discussed that affects you and your business, we're the ones that make the notary's voice heard. So you might seriously consider joining the league, as it is an integral part of any company's bottom line. So let me know if you have any questions. I'll put my number in the chat.
And just by the way, people, just because it's called California League does not mean it's limited to California. That's just in the name of it. It's for all 50 states.
Yeah, that's right. And so my answer to your question, Anna, is very similar to what Laura said, is that the differences between our training and Ronnie's, there is the list. We also have a directory called Notary that we are actively promoting to the attorney community nationwide. Of course, we have our partnership with Premier Estate Planning. And what I love about them is that they don't negotiate their fees with the notary. It is $250, and that's a good payday. And they also offer a $500 referral fee if you bring them a customer that gets their trust package done through them. So there's potential for $750 for a signing. And I love that, that they see the value in an educated mobile notary, because we've all been in that situation where our customers sometimes don't appreciate us. And it's great to be able to work with folks that do. But we go really deep in how to market, Anna, and that is, as you said, you have the program, the CNTDA program already.
Yes, I do. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And I can tell you, I agree with Laura. I adore Ronnie and what he does in the notary community. He's been an amazing influencer for many years, and he's, I think I love everything that he does. And he has invited us on to his show, his general mentorship. What was that, a few months ago, Laura, now? Probably about 2 months ago now, 3 months ago at the most, because he himself endorses our CNTDA program. So what, in short, to answer your question, what he has available is a version of what we have that doesn't, and it basically just goes over the documents, and how to explain those documents. It doesn't deep dive into the marketing, and that's what kind of sets the CNTDA program apart. I would never discourage you from joining Notary Stars or being part of his group in any way, because he is so amazingly supportive. In fact, I tell new notaries all the time, one of the first things you need to do is find your tribe. And one of those tribes that I recommend, aside from Notary Business Builder, is Notary Stars. Yeah, and because I believe in what he's doing. But if you've already got the CNTDA program, I believe that you will find what he has available a bit repetitive, and not as deep. And I just don't want to. I want to make clear that that's not a dig at Ronnie or anything. It is, he just made it clear he doesn't want to reinvent the wheel when it comes to this training. Those are his words, that he shared with us, which is why he had Laura and I on to talk to the Notary Stars community about the CNTDA program.
Great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Thank you for asking. That was a great question. Okay, Luke Healer, where are you calling in from?
Hello, Terry One. I'm calling in from Atlantic City, New Jersey. And I have a question. I took Lauren's class. I'm actually been doing good I love accountability. Because for a long time, I have signed up for Bill where I was taking stuff here and I was taking stuff there. But it's kind of made me, because accountability, you have to report what you're doing. So it's kind of been good. But I took Lauren's, she had a course. And it looked, I went to everything that she had about notary, from the hospital, the prison, the whole nine. But it's like I'm missing a few more pieces to complete her class. Each one of y'all have your own thing that y'all do. When you buy the product, when I bought Laura's product, in order for you to do a completion, it's almost like it's at 99 something. It's not totally 100. So I don't know, do I go to support to find out?
What is it
I
you need? Luke Healer, what is it you're wanting?
Well, I really I completed all your classes.
Okay.
But you know how you have that line where it says completion? It's not saying complete. It's like 99. It's missing 1 more inch. So I don't know what it is.
She's talking about what, okay, so just so everybody understands, you're talking about what Kajabi is telling you, what the website is telling you when you're in your Notary Business Builder dashboard, and it says you're 99 complete. Don't worry about that. Nobody looks at that. That is just a private thing for you.
Okay.
That we don't, that's not something that we use as judge, to say, oh, Lou Keeler's done this. And for everybody else on the call that's not a Notary Business Builder, Lou is talking about our accountability call that we have every Tuesday afternoon at 3 o'clock Pacific time. Sorry, 3 o'clock Pacific time. And we have this call to help keep you accountable to your goals and to help you if you run into any roadblocks with that. So did that answer your question, Luke Keeler?
Yes, it's just that I'm trying to complete my assignment. So I feel good now that you told me that. Thank you.
You're good to go, girl. Don't you worry about it.
How do I take my hand off? I'm trying to take my hand off because you asked my question.
I gotcha. Thank you, Lou. That was a great question. Hi, Karen.
Hi.
There you go.
Okay, I had to find unmute. So I'm in the state of Washington, and I've got a question about powers of attorney. And so in the state of Washington, powers of attorney can be either notarized or have 2 witnesses. Some forms have the wording that says either or, and then some from like the Secretary of State say notarization in parentheses says preferred and witnesses alternative. But not all forms that people bring to me have that wording. So I called NNA from the table a couple weeks ago to ask because they didn't have any witnesses handy. And NNA suggested that we find two witnesses because like generally following letting the document guide you or letting the document give you the instructions. Would it have been wrong to not have two witnesses if the signing party doesn't feel that they need two witnesses? Or would it be wrong because that document didn't state the either or?
So, Karen, I come from the school of let the document tell you what to do. It would not have been wrong if the signer decided, I know that it's either or, two people or a notary, so I'm going to strike these witness lines and we're going to move ahead. So that would have been perfectly fine. But see, the signer makes that decision, not the notary. That's the difference. So if there wasn't any direction, if there wasn't any direction on the document that said it was okay, where we come from is, well, it's got a place for two witnesses. You need to decide. Do you want to stop with one notary or do you want to go forward with and get two witnesses? But that needs to be the signer's decision, not for us to explain the law or not for us to say, well, there's plenty of documents that have the direction that say I don't need to. The version they happen to pick didn't have it. We just have to be careful because we're really skating that unauthorized practice of law if we try to do that.
Okay.
And that's why, the NNA, when you call hotline, they're going to give you conservative answers. They're going to give you answers to try to protect you, the notary, right?
Yeah.
Versus, the law just says this. They're always going to be careful with you. So now as long as you know what the law is in your state, right? Let the signer make their own decision. And if they say, no, I'm not going to get witnesses, okay, you can move forward, but then you can't leave those blank. Right. Now,
okay, so they do need to strike them out.
Yeah, if they're not going to use
it. Okay, got it. Thank you.
Laura, you have some announcements for us. Do you want to talk to us about a couple of your announcements?
So many of you probably know that I am the founder of Coach Me, Laura, and I coach notaries across the United States. And I do that in many different ways. And one of those ways is a video library that you heard about briefly called Laura Biewer Presents. And there's about 11 videos in there that talk about the different specialties available to notaries. Some people do better with the video than they do with reading it. Other people, however, do well with reading it. And so Bill and I published a book, best-selling book called Beyond Loan Signings. I actually have one of mine today, Beyond Loan Signings. You'll find it on Amazon. And it's a very small investment to get mentoring in a way that you can make it specific to you, because we set up the book to do that for you. Third way is that I do free coaching, not just the hour today, but Laura's Inner Circle is on Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. Pacific time. And I do an hour. It's a much smaller call. There's 130 people on today. My calls on Saturday run around 15, 18 people. So I can go a little more in depth in my answers. We can have more conversation that way. And so those are the main ways that I do it under Coach Me, Laura. And you will also find me speaking across the country at different events that are coming along. And we're going to talk about some of those events coming up here. Sure, I'm going to save that. But all the events that you're going to hear about, I'll be there.
Yeah, you sure will. And I just want to say it to everybody too, and I'm going to say this when we stop for announcements throughout the call today. There will be no TNT call next week. Laura and Bill and I will be together in California for a Notary Business Builder founder meeting. And so next week we will be dark just for this particular call. And if you're looking for any chats to connect or any links to connect with Laura, you can look in the chat. Jen Cooper is helping us out today, and she has graciously posted all of those links so you can connect with Laura in the chat. All right, Roberta, tell us where you're calling from and what your question is.
Then, before we let
Hi.
Roberta go,
Yeah.
and before we have her go, since we just mentioned we're dark next week, there is an opportunity to meet with us in Monterey. You want to talk about that for a moment?
Yeah, there is. I was going to save that for our
Okay.
but no, we can talk about it twice because I'm so excited about it. And Jen, this is sort of at the bottom of that list under events, but we're going to be in Monterey, California next week. I'm so excited to get my eyes on the ocean next week, but we are hosting a notary meetup on the 25th, and it is at Crown and Anchor. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Crown and Anchor, but you do need to RSVP because we're limited.
Very, very limited availability, you guys. There's only 15 seats. That was as big as we could get. Let me post this in the chat really quick so that you guys can come and hang out with us, but you got to make that reservation. It's first come, first serve. Dinner and drinks, they're all on your own, guys. This isn't a learning opportunity. This is just a networking. Let's talk. Let's hang out for a couple of hours, have some drinks, have some dinner. Everybody's in charge of their own bill. So thank you, Laura, for that reminder. All right. Roberta.
Hi, everybody. And I just want to say, I really enjoyed this weekend's 2024 Level Up. And
Great.
I caught Laura and I was hearing what she was saying. Let's get our credentials in order. Let's get our stuff in order. I'm sorry, I missed you, Jen. I did catch Bill and Jim Allen, Sue Hope, and it was fun. I enjoyed it. That's number one. Number two, last week I spoke and Jen was helpful with the link on getting the e-journal. I jumped on that, but
Great.
I didn't read through everything. Lots of personal stuff going on, but I just purchased the scanner. So I'm waiting for that to come in. So it's giving me time to practice. But I had a question with regard to at the very end, there's a part there where we could ask the signer if they want email from us if they want to get a copy of their
Journal entry.
signing entry. Do we charge them for that? Because if it was, I didn't know how it would work, versus us getting something from email or mail, how we would have charged them if it was certified either from, I don't know. So I just wondered if we charged them at all. So that was one of the questions. The other thing was in reference to the commission. I have a new commission, and I went to the recorder's office, got myself done there, taken care of. Can I start using it right away, even though the other one hasn't expired?
Okay, and Roberta, you're California?
Yeah.
All right, so first of all, there is no fee. That's just a benefit. Remember, we're never required to charge fees. So there's no fee. That 30 cents is what you're talking about. And so don't bother. Let them have it if they'd like it. The second thing is with the new commission, you may not start a new commission until after the old commission runs out their last day till after midnight. Well, that just happened for me. And I could not use my new stamps, even though I had them, until the first day of the new commission. You got to run out the old one. So if the old one, mine expired January 13, I could not start using the new one. I used the new ones starting the 14th.
What kind of trouble am I going to get in having started it already? Because I was told if as soon as I get it, can I use it? And I don't know where I heard someone say, yes, I can. And then I thought, but it doesn't expire until the 24th of 2028. So it's like,
They may not, Roberta, realize it on the document. If it's non-recordable, probably nothing's going to happen. Nobody's ever going to know. If it's a recordable document where they have your stuff on file, they're going to know.
yeah, they're going to
So
know.
They're no. And so I don't know if they would do anything about it. You just ask the question, and I'm telling you the answer to that question is
Right.
don't do it until you run out the old one.
Okay. All right.
And Roberta, just to address your first question about the journal entry, no, you should not charge the signer if they ask for that ledger of timestamps. In my opinion, don't you agree, Laura?
Yeah, that's what I told her in the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, Roberta.
Thank you.
I know there's been a couple of questions in the chat. I just want to address those really quickly about the
Sure.
Level Up Summit. Roberta's right. It was a great day of learning and a great way to kick off 2024. It is my understanding, and Laura, please correct me, or Matt, if you know different, or Jen Cooper, it's my understanding that there is not a recording to the summit that is for sale. Is that accurate?
I'm going to say I don't know. My understanding from previous was there was access to a recording for those who paid.
Yes.
But there's not one for sale.
That's correct.
It's not ready to register.
Yeah. So if you would like to attend the another Level Up Summit, hopefully Lori Morgan will be hosting one next year as well. It's an awesome way to kick off the year. And hopefully this year she won't have all those weather issues that she had, poor thing. All right, Ellie, how are you today? You're calling from California. What's your question?
Okay, I have two questions, and first question just got answered. My commission expires January 19th, so I cannot use my new stamp until January 20.
Correct.
Okay, and my second question is to notarize documents to be used in India, and I know that they require each page to be signed or stamped, and I know recommendation is to use the embosser. But I watch her YouTube, but the notary say she just have the signer sign and also the notary sign on the bottom of the page. Would that work?
No, because there's no, we cannot, we're not supposed to use our official signature except on a certificate. We cannot use our official stamp except on a certificate. Unless you had a certificate on the bottom of every single page, the answer is no, you cannot do that. That's why we use the embosser, because it's an unofficial seal. Now, if they want my initials, that's not my official signature. So if they want them to initial and me to initial, and then I put my embosser, that's fine. But I'm not going to put my official signature or notary signature on every page.
Okay, so no signature, even though the notary didn't put the seal on each page, she just signed. So that doesn't work. Not recommended.
Well, she can sign every page if she wants, your signer. The problem is I'm not going to sign because there's no certificate language.
Okay, got it.
I cannot use my signature or my official stamp if there's no certificate language for me to put it on. And that's usually at the end of the document. There's nothing down there for me. But if they want to initial their initials, I can initial my initials and use my embosser because the embosser is not official.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that, Ellie. Dan Wolf, where are you calling from?
Hey, Jen, I'm calling from Virginia, near DC.
Awesome.
This question's different, pretty different from what you've heard previously. I've been using my own name for the business for the longest time, like the whole time. And I've been thinking about names for it, and I just wanted to get some guidance from you guys, what you would think in terms of a name, whether it reflects your own name, kind of like I've seen the JKC Notary and but then there's Coach Me Laura, which is more about what she does. So just was wanting to see what you guys thought about that. And
For
because,
business.
and also the fact that it affects, you know, what your domain name might be for the website, and you know what people see on Google, that kind of thing. The
Do you already
Google
have a
Business
website,
profile.
Dan?
I actually don't. I just have refer people to signingagent.com because it has everything. And I do
Sure.
have access to Notary, but I haven't really set anything up there yet.
Okay. And then do you have a Google business profile as well?
No,
Okay.
but I'm
And then
still getting business.
that's awesome. I love it. So Laura, you were going to answer this. It looks like you're on the move. Do you want me to wait a second?
On what?
Okay. Sorry, I was talking to Laura.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She's teaching today. No, it's okay.
Oh,
So
gotcha.
I'm just curious, what makes you, how long have you been in business, Dan?
I've been doing this as a side hustle for a while. Since the I guess it's been around 2020.
So
But
what is
only,
making you
oh,
feel like you want to change or give your business a name versus just using your first and last name? Because it sounds like you've just sort of been working on referrals, right?
yeah, pretty much.
That's
It's
awesome.
all been referral.
Love
And
it.
so I guess it's a matter of thinking about scaling it up more and
Okay.
adding like remote online notarization, as well as, you know, the working with attorneys, estate attorneys. So
Gotcha.
just kind of gearing up for trying to expand it, is why I've been thinking about this.
Do you have some names to share with us?
Well, I could use my initials, you know, DRW Mobile Notary, you know, Notary Services. I do like names where it's like, you know, there's superlative signings where there's some kind of name, or premier, you know, signings, or, you know, just something where it doesn't include your name
Yeah.
specifically, but it might result in a domain name that works well
Okay.
and is a little bit more of a memorable name than just using your initials or you know, your full name.
Well, if you have some ideas, we've got 100-something people on the call. We could take a vote and everybody could decide what they like best if you want to do that.
Sure.
You
And
get some instant feedback.
also, Jen, Chat GPT comes up with some good names too.
Yeah, and both Matt and Jen Cooper suggested Chat GPT as well. Laura, you were going to say something. It looks like you're in a spot now. You can
Still
talk.
might be a little noisy behind me, but what I wanted to say was, Coach Me Laura is my coaching business. My notary business is called At Your Service Mobile Notary.
Yep.
Now, I did give a lot of thought to coming up with that name. One, it starts with A, and that still mattered many years ago. Start with A because it's a phone book, because we looked for things in alphabetical order. The second thing was I wanted a description of my service. I'm at your service. What does that say? It says, maybe she's open after hours. Maybe she's open on the weekend, right? Oh, maybe she comes to me. So I wanted my name to somehow communicate for me what kind of business I was. And then, of course, notary. So that's how I came up with mine. Although I do have a shortcut on my domain that says AYS, at your service.
Yeah.
As well, where it points, you know, I use my full name, but I can do that and then it points to it. So that's what I wanted to say, is that yes, if there's some kind of description about what you are, some people will say they don't use the word notary at all, but they're notary services. And the concern there is, well, then I don't know what you are. I don't know what service you provide. That's all I wanted to add.
That's a good point.
And I think it's important too to have, so my mobile notary business and that I use around town is Neitzel Notary. It's just my last name. And it's not very creative, but but I think it's important, Dan, that the name does reflect what you're doing. So notary, and if you're looking to expand and scale up and go beyond just being a mobile notary, you want to include Ron, maybe you want to get your certification to be a trust delivery agent, maybe you want to do loan signings, having it be a service like notary services can help capture all of the different things that you want to do. But Melissa, Battle had a great suggestion in the chat to make sure your name is the name you choose as you're going through the process is available on social media, on Google,
Yeah.
on domain names and things like that. And really, maybe sitting down and just thinking about what you're trying to portray to your community might help you find some key words, like Laura had suggested, to really describe you and your business and what sets it apart from the other notaries in your area. And if you want to throw out some names now, we can vote on them if you want. Do you have any listed? Any
Well,
ideas you're tossing around?
I told you a couple, but I'd have to just go back to where I ran that Chat GPT query. It had
Come
a
back
good,
next week if you want.
yeah, sure.
And if you get down to maybe 2 or 3 names, you have a
Yeah,
bunch of people on this call that'll give you their honest opinion. We can vote by number. I think it'd be really a helpful thing for you to really get that instant feedback from everybody. Because sometimes when you think about it so much, it gets really difficult. You get cloudy. You think too much about it almost.
Yeah.
You're looking for some clarity, and that's what, use this group to your advantage for that, Dan.
All right.
I
Sounds
love
good.
that you're wanting to scale up and do that, though. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very exciting. So yeah, bring it back to us next week. I want to hear what you come up with.
All right.
Thanks,
a
Dan.
lot.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to talk about, before Phil comes up, I want to talk about a few events that are happening. We talked about Bill and Laura and I in Monterey hosting a 15-person, and how many seats are left? I think there's less than 10 now left in Monterey on the 25th of January. So just next week in Monterey. If you would like to sign up, you can check out the chat. Jen Cooper is going to post where you can sign up for that. We would love to see you there, but you have to sign up. There's another event happening on January 20th in Roseville, California with the Notary family. And you can go to thenotaryfamily.com to register. Those are social events. And it is going to be a ton of fun. And Jen, I will get that one posted if you would post the one with me and Bill and Laura. And then thanks, Jen. She got it there too. And then we have someone on the call that we would like to come up and talk about the Pacific Northwest meet and greet that is happening March 16th. So let me get Karen, who is one of the hosts.
Yeah, I'm here.
Hi, there you are. Hi,
Hi.
Karen.
Hi, everybody.
Tell us about, and just a quick snapshot, tell us about the Pacific Northwest event in Seattle on March 16th. I am so excited about this. So all you Pacific Northwest notaries, listen up.
Yes. So I will be brief, but my excitement, anyway, just very, very excited to be able to share. So thank you, Jen, for this. So yeah, I'm going to start by just talking about the presentation briefly, and then I'll give the pricing. But we are so excited. It's a unique opportunity for us in the Seattle area, although it's open to any notary across the nation that wants to attend. So please consider it. But it is a learning opportunity that will pack 5 influencers and high quality speakers in the room at one time. So we have Nicola Jackson, Director of Teaching and Education from NNA. We have Laura, Bill, Matt Miller, Judy Lawrence, Jen Neitzel is going to be there. Sue Hope is sponsoring, is also attending. So tickets are a steal, $150 for the next 2 weeks. And then it's going to increase to $200. There's discounted hotel rooms for attendees as well. And registration closes on February 14th, though. So we're really, really excited to promote this and get as many notaries in this small, intimate event, essentially. So anyway, that is our event. I'll put the link in the chat. Michelle, yeah. So, okay, thank you.
You're welcome, Karen. Quick question though.
Yeah.
You only have about 30 seats left,
Yes,
right?
yes, correct.
And I am not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think ticket prices go up to $200 on February 1st, right?
Yes, yes,
So they're only 150 now. So
correct. 16 more
yeah,
days.
now's
16
the
more
time.
days.
Yeah,
Yeah,
now's the
yeah,
time to grab your seat to the Pacific Northwest Notary meetup.
yeah.
Thank you so much, Karen, for telling us about that. We are really excited, and you're not kidding. You have a room packed full of awesome speakers and experts in the notary field, and you get to rub elbows with all of them and hang out and
Yes,
network with them. So
yes.
it's going to
So
be an awesome.
excited. So
It's going
thank
to
you.
be absolutely. Thanks, Karen.
Mhm.
Okay, Mr. Phil Shannon, how are you?
Hey guys, welcome. Great to see everybody. I heard nothing but great things about Level Up with Lori Morgan, one of my great members and associates, and I heard nothing but good things. And there's so many great things happening. But if you would like to find out what I do, we provide two very valuable services for the notary community. Been working with most of you folks for many, many years, Laura for more years than we both like to admit. But we'd love for you to attend our session. It starts 5 minutes after TNT. So please contact me. I put something in the chat. My phone number is also attached to my name as well. Text me and I'll be happy to get you the information so you can join us for about a 25 to 30-minute presentation where we'll go over how you can protect and grow your business and also develop an additional source of income if that's what you're looking for. But hope to help a lot of notaries. Please join us. We look forward to seeing you at about 1:20 Pacific time. Thanks so much. Appreciate it, Jen, Laura.
Thanks, Phil. And that is also, you guys, in the chat. Jen posted the Phil's text message or text number in the chat, so you guys can reach out to him and join him. And Manuel in California has a question for us. Hi, Manuel. Or Manuel.
Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. This is a question for Miss Laura. Miss Laura, this morning a client asked me if Kaiser would only take its own power of attorney, but can you go in probably dive in and look into more detail as far as that requirement, or if it's even a requirement?
Kaiser will accept any advanced healthcare directive. Does not have to be their own. And the same goes for financial power of attorney. They will accept on any version that's out there that meets the legal requirements for a power of attorney or an advanced healthcare directive. They make one available. They make the advanced healthcare directive available on their own letterhead, how they like it. But that's for people who don't have one yet.
Gotcha. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Manuel, for the question. And Kimberly in Florida has a question for us. Hi, Kimberly.
Yes, good afternoon. My question's regarding the self-proving affidavit. So I guess this would be more for Laura. I've only completed one trust presentation so far, but I have two more tomorrow. And since I'm in Florida, I know that the hybrid certificate is not legal here. But on the self-proving affidavit and the two I'm doing tomorrow, prepared by two different attorneys, both have in the notarial certificate, at the top, it says acknowledged and subscribed by the individual who is its trust. And then the two witnesses, it says subscribed and sworn. Is this considered a hybrid certificate?
Laura, you're on mute.
Would you read that wording one more time? There was a lot of traffic happening right when you got to that part.
The top of this one, it addresses whose trust it is. So I'm acknowledging that she signed it. Acknowledged.
When you say the top, are you reading from the certificate itself?
Yes, yes. Okay. I mean, I can copy it, show out her name.
I'm not going to be able to see it. It's too small.
All right.
I just want to make sure that what you're.
Yeah, no, it's the certificate itself. They signed above and it says acknowledged and subscribed before me, and it addresses the tester. And then it goes down to address the witnesses and it says subscribed and sworn.
So subscribed and sworn are for the witnesses,
Right.
right? And
Yes.
the acknowledged, and I really do need to see it because sometimes the way they format it is that they say like subscribe before me, and it's a place
Right.
for the signer to sign, the testator. Then you've got the witnesses, and then the jurat is just for the witnesses. That it's a separate notarial act. It's not a hybrid. There's two
Right.
different things going on, and I believe that's what you have. Is that
Yeah,
there's
what's
one thing
confusing me
for
about
the,
it is it's in one section for me to just stamp and sign once.
right, but what you're stamping and signing is the subscribed and sworn for the witnesses.
Correct.
That's what you're signing. The
Okay.
first one can require notarization. Sometimes
Okay.
they'll use the word acknowledge, but it's not a notary certificate. It just means, admission.
Okay.
So again, when you get into parsing out words in a certificate, I really have to see the certificate so I can look at how it's been formatted, because that
Right.
makes a difference. Sometimes it looks like it's all happening in one certificate, but it's really not. There's one thing that doesn't require notarization, and then there's another one that does. And
Okay.
because I've experienced with that type of document, my what I believe you have is a jurat just for the witnesses whose names go in the jurat. It just says subscribed and sworn before me. It doesn't
Yeah.
have a place to put names. Or it didn't
Yes.
say.
Yes.
Okay. Is
But
it
what,
just
but
witnesses?
all three of them are addressed on the same certificate. It's just the top where it says acknowledged is whose trust it is. Then it has a break in the paragraph where it goes to the
Yeah.
witnesses and address them below that.
That's fine. Then what you have is a
Okay.
jurat, and they want all three
Okay.
notarized per the jurat. There's no
Okay.
acknowledgement in there.
Okay. Well, there is at the top for the signer of the
But
trust.
not acknowledgement in terms of an acknowledgement certificate that requires notarization.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. If it just says
All right.
acknowledged and then there's a place for them to sign, that's not a notary certificate. They just happen to use the word acknowledge.
No, it has everything else. It has acknowledged and subscribed by physical presence online, is personally known and produced. It has everything.
It's got all 9 elements. So
Mhm.
Kimberly, what I'm going to tell you is you need to text me that and I'll answer
Okay.
offline. I have to see it
Okay.
to be able to give you good correction.
Yeah, because I do have another one, and it was prepared by a different attorney. And this one, it's similar where it addresses all three signatures. And this one says, acknowledged and subscribed and sworn before me by physical presence by the settler who is personally known and produced. And then it goes on to sworn and subscribed before me by the witnesses. So it looks like the top part is a hybrid certificate for whose trust it is. You're on mute. I can't hear you.
I need to see them. I can't help you with
Okay.
either one without looking at them very specifically. And then I
Okay.
can give you some good direction. When I start looking at wording, it has to do with formatting. It has to do with what's in and what's out. And I really can't do that without seeing it
Okay.
myself correctly.
I believe I have your number. I'll go ahead and shoot a picture of those now over to
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, and that's 209-606-4938. Pretty public number. And then I can help you more directly with that.
All right. I appreciate that.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks.
All right. Hey, Karen, do you have another question for us?
Yes. So my other question is around directories. I'm looking to boost my SEO this new year. So as far as directories go, I've got Notary Cafe and Notary Rotary as legitimate, reputable directories. Are there others I should consider? And what are people's thoughts generally on these specific directories or others? Notary Cafe, Notary Rotary, any others that I'm maybe missing out on? I haven't used either of those. I've just got Gotary. But what do you all use and like?
Are you signed up, Karen, with the NNA Find a Notary?
Yes.
Okay, you are signed up with them because I would say that is a
Yep.
good directory. And you said you are also signed up with Gotary?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're on Gotary. Laura, do you have some feedback for her on directories? Because I think 1, 2, 3 has kind of nobody really knows what's going on
1,
there.
2, 3 sold and it's iffy. I can't trust it at the moment. But the other 4 that you named are the 4 that I'm on.
Okay. And also to be a little more specific, I'm not a notary signing agent. So if are either Notary Cafe or Notary Rotary geared towards signing agents, because that's not my thing.
Both of them are, Karen. So find the notary and find a notary are the 2 that are going to be better.
Okay, good. Good. I'm already there. Thank you.
Great. And hey, make sure that your profile is full and robust on the directories you guys choose to be a part of. There was an email that Eileen sent me, a posting or something she saw about how this one particular title company picked, or different title companies picked the notaries off of directories, and they automatically eliminate anybody whose directory presence is not filled out in entirety. And as a business owner, I get that. They're not going to hire somebody that doesn't have a photograph. They're not going to hire somebody that doesn't have a description and talk about what it is they do. So make sure you get make sure those profiles on these directories are completed in their entirety. And the other thing too, and Jen Cooper pointed this out in the chat, is check the CLIN directory as well, the California League of Independent Notaries. That directory is not just for California, you guys. And it has some very powerful SEO, very powerful SEO. So that's a good one too, Karen. Okay, Celicia Young Jones in
everybody.
Florida. Hi.
Hey everybody. You know what? I got this today. I was really excited. I got the best officiant ever from my couple today. And my question is, it could be fit for a marriage, or it could be fit for a loan signing. I have someone who came in who is a deaf client who wants to get married next week. Now, what do I need to do to be able to communicate with them or translate for them, or have it so that, they get served?
So your question is how to serve a deaf client?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have someone that knows sign language?
Well, that's what I wanted to know. It's just that's what I need to do is grab somebody and give me a translator, because I know that, like, I live in a state where you can't translate. I know this is like one of those crazy things. I can't translate. I can't use a translator for Ron's. Can I? But I can use Can I use a translator for in-person things?
I am not sure that with the wedding how that goes. I would have
Well,
to look
I
that
can marry
up.
them as a notary or as a minister.
Yeah. Laura,
So
do you have some input on that?
Yeah. So if a client can read lips, can communicate in writing, it's perfectly fine. You have direct communication. I'm talking about notary service, all right? Translator not acceptable. You have to have somebody who uses ASL in order to communicate. You're using an interpreter. That's not okay. All right. So there's that part of it. Now, if you're doing a wedding and you're not doing the notary part of it, as a notary, then you can use an interpreter if that is the case.
Okay. Okay. All right. So I'll find me some nice sign language person.
There you go. There you go. Thanks, Alicia. Let's see. We are gonna just pause really quickly. We've got one other quick announcement to make. We talked about some conferences that are coming up, and the one that I really want to highlight with you guys today is the NNA conference that's happening May 13th through May 16th in Orlando, Florida. Tickets are $840 for the conference. And I know that sounds like a lot, but for a conference, it's actually a pretty good deal. But the cool thing that the NNA is doing this year is they're also selling workshop and exhibitor only passes for $710. There's discounted rooms available at the Rosen Center where we're meeting. Tickets are on sale. It is going to be an amazing event. This is really and Laura, I think you would agree with me. This is the premier event of the year. So if you are in Florida, if you can get there, If you've never been to a notary conference, honestly, guys, I encourage you to go. It is such an amazing experience. So check out the link in the chat and get your tickets for the NNA conference. And if you would like to connect with me after this call, my phone number is right there in the chat. I love hearing from you guys, but I also have a program called Marketing for Notaries. It is, we teach one thing and one thing only, and that is how to market your business in your community. And we don't teach you how to become a notary, how to acknowledge anything, how to perform a jurat. I am just going to teach you the 5 steps that I personally used to grow my business by 75%. The whole reason I have this website out, you guys, it's been out since 2019. The whole reason I have it out is because this system worked for me, and I know it can work for you. So if you're interested in a marketing plan, it's that time of year where we're all thinking about what can I do different, right? This year, go check out Marketing for Notaries. Jen is going to put the link in the chat. Thank you, Jen. And Peter Pauletti in Illinois, what is your question?
Hi there.
Hi.
I have a couple of administrative questions. I just got my new commission, which starts on the 28th of this month. How much E&O insurance should I have nowadays?
Well, I think, Peter, that depends on the specialty that you're focused on. What are you in loan signing?
I'm a trust delivery agent. I'm a loan signing agent, and I'm an apostille agent. So I'm
Okay.
doing everything.
So I know currently there are many title companies across the country that want you to have at least a $500,000 policy. I do not believe, Laura, correct me here if I'm wrong, but I don't believe there are requirements for other things really in different industries, like in estate planning. Laura, what is your?
So first of all, E&O is required in some states as a notary, and in some states it's a bond. So just know that depending on your state. Second thing is that E&O is an requirement instead of the bond, is not required per specialty. There's an industry standard that has been established within loan signings, which has been 100,000. Now, doing direct work with some title companies, they want more than that. Of course, I'm not really doing them anymore, but the jobs that come my way have not asked me to do more than 100. And the few that did, it wasn't worth paying for the $500,000 for the few jobs. This wasn't. So there's no established history of a level of E&O or anything else that you are doing as one of these services. Here's how I feel about E&O. E&O is a passive way to protect yourself. You'll never buy enough insurance. You need to know what you're doing, do it right. And the bigger your policy, the bigger the target is on your back if there's a lawsuit. So I get just enough to get the kind of work I want. So I carry 100,000, which takes care of 80% of the title companies and 100% of signing services. And there is nobody asks me when I do apostille work because it's not coming through a signing service. 100 is the most I want to carry for that because I don't want that big target on my back. That's big enough. So there's my thoughts on it.
Ironically, I just got a call before this meeting today, and the guy asked me if I had the lenders requiring $500,000 of E&O. And I said, I don't have it. Sorry. And
yeah,
he was frustrated too because he doesn't know where to go on it. So that's it. One other question. I've now been doing this for 4 years. I'm still doing it as an individual. Should I incorporate?
I think that's a legal question.
That's
about whether or not you should or should not incorporate. There are benefits to incorporation, and you should check out what those benefits are before deciding to do that. And those benefits can include protection of your personal assets when they're separate and personal from your business, which is listed in your corporation. That's probably the biggest reason why you want to do that. There could be other tax benefits that a sole proprietor might not experience that and corporation might, but I cannot tell you for you, Peter, should you do it or not.
Okay. Thanks.
Awesome. Well, guys, we are coming up at the end of our call. It is 1:15. I am so sorry we were not able to get to all of the questions today. We do have to honor your time, but Jeanette and Michelle, I hope you come back next 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, as a reminder, next week we will be dark. There will be no TNT next week, but we will be here the following week on, what is that, the 29th? Was that right? I don't know.
That's Monday. I think it's the 30th. We will be on the following week, but I will be doing Coach Me Laura. You want to come ask your question then? It's a Saturday.
Yes. So if you guys, if Michelle and Jeanette, if you want to bring your question to Coach Me Laura on Saturday morning at 8 a.m., I believe it is Pacific, you can register for that at coachmelaura.com. We will see everybody in 2 weeks. Thank you guys so much for being here. Have a great rest of your week, guys. Bye-bye.